So where I am, so we just landed. We landed safely, and we're in Italy right now. I'm just in a cafe. I don't know if you guys see the lady behind me. Sweetest freaking lady ever. She is such a sweetheart. You know very little Italian, but you know it's you won't be disappointed if you come here. For you smokers, come here for espresso. I can't pronounce the name in Italian, but I will show you the name. It's just cafeteria, but and this is like on the way to Venice. So this is like probably 20 minutes from the airport. And they got like a whole bunch of snacks, espressos, it's a convenience store. So there's lots going on. Snacks, but these two ladies, amazing, super sweet. You guys won't be disappointed. All right, so we made it safe and sound. This is day one in Italy. I'm so exhausted. I barely slept on the plane. It was kind of rough. I was in like the middle aisle, and I had like people on my left, people on my right, so it was kind of rough trying to sleep on the plane. But you know, about 16 years ago, I was here and came to Italy, visited, and I stayed in this exact house. But so much has changed with the house. Like a lot has changed. So this was never here. It was just pretty much like an open, this was like an open space, right? So this was like very open. So that was never there, and you can just like see straight through. I'm gonna switch it in a second, so you guys will see the view I'm seeing. And then, so a lot has changed with the neighborhood that she's in, my auntie, and yeah, so like Valetri's not too far. She's just outside. It's like living in Scarborough or like a certain district, or like living in Liverpool, right? And you're just out, or New York, and you're out in the outskirts, right? And the main city or the downtown would be like half an hour and away. So, which isn't too bad. But now, giving a little touch about the place I'm staying. Let's check out the view. So, okay, so this was one thing that changed. So right there, where you guys see, like this area right here, primarily, it used to be like a vineyard almost. Like you guys can tell, it was like they were definitely growing stuff here. Not necessarily grapes, but something. My auntie even has like a little garden. Like she's growing like a bunch of stuff, like lemons, rosemary, etc. So, and like Italians are all about like just growing their own product, right? So, which is awesome. But this was like the one thing that like sold me about this rooftop. And like this is where I would like definitely propose. The reason why, aside from the vineyard I just showed you, okay, so check that shit out. Okay, like that's my view, right? Like just on top of the rooftop, like look at the mountains. Like, dude, this is unreal. And like it comes across, so like you can see them there, right here. And then when you come over on this side, just whips around, and then like you can see the city from like afar. It probably you won't be able to see it in the video, but let's do a better view. I'm just gonna pause the video and just switch sides so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, so like look at that. I'm zooming in. Like the quality may not be good on my iPhone, but like I can only go ×3. You guys probably hear the dog barking in the background. He's a little cutie though. Thinks he just wants attention. But like look at that. Like, dude, this is amazing. But to be honest, like Italy is like amazing. There might be like a bit of a language barrier, but with that being said, honestly, I doubt anyone would like
be bothered by the language barrier. Just honestly know the basics, like ciao, hola, grazie, and it's very close to Spanish, so you might just have to tweak it a little bit. But yeah, like it's just wonderful. I just literally went from cold weather, and I did bulk up, like, because during the plane ride it was like super cold, so I didn't even need a blanket. Like, I was just dressed warm enough, like it was like -6. But as you can see, I'm in a full t-shirt, like no shorts, but just straight t-shirt. Like, right now you can't do that in Toronto because you're just kind of experiencing all 6 or all 4 seasons in like one day. Here it's like hot, rainy, and then the odd snow depending where you are in Italy. But just before I end this clip off, I wanted to like show you one more house. So the house right there with the solar panels. So when I was here 16 years ago, there was this lovely couple from the UK, and they moved back to the UK, but they used to live right there, and where the solar panels are. Oh my God, everyone that comes and moves to Italy, or people that are like bilingual and are able to speak English and Italian, oh my God, like amazing. The people here are beautiful, and especially when you like leave the main city, like Roma, Milan, Lazio. I may not know much about Lazio, but all I'm trying to say is that when you leave the main cities, it's almost like, let's say the mountains. You're in the mountains. It's almost like you're in The Godfather. Like, people just want to feed you. They want to just treat you good and have a good time and spread positive energy. And that's what Italy's majority about. They pay extreme taxes. I was just gathering information, and it's almost like Toronto, where they pay 60%. We pay 40% in taxes, aside from the capital's gain tax. But we pay 60% in Canada, or 40% in Canada, 60% in Italy, which is crazy, because then you're paying municipal and the government. The way it was explained, like, it's just separated, so you're paying 2 separate taxes. You're paying, like, every year, your tax to the government, and then you're paying a separate tax or something for the municipal. So it's crazy that, like, Europe's so expensive and people are leaving, and it's almost like Toronto or Canada, where it's getting very expensive and people are leaving Canada because I'm like, the way of living, it's not so great, right? It's just everything's skyrocketed and there's not enough money in your pocket, right? So if you guys ever get a chance to come visit Italy, I would say so. But stay tuned for the rest of the clips, because I may go out tonight and tour a little bit of Velletri. And then you guys will get more of an in-depth video of, Rome, Velletri, the whole. So I'm doing something out of the ordinary. When I start to piece all this video stuff together, it's going to be a little odd at first, and then it'll just kind of jump right into the introductory, what everything's about, so on and so forth. But right now, what I'm doing is so I'm recording on my iPhone. I have 2 phones. So I have a Galaxy and my iPhone. And my Galaxy is like my main phone, and then this I usually just use to like make videos, post photos, XYZ. So I was just talking to my auntie because my case sucks and it's broken. Like, it's like ripping apart because I've been mounting it on tripods, so on and so forth. So I'm on my way to buy a case, and my auntie kind of guided me where to go. She's like, it's after this building and across the street on the left hand side. But as you can see, this is what I'm using to walk on. There's no sidewalk, no nothing. And then on this side is like the road. You'll see cars pass by right now. So, yeah, I think that's where I'm going, is Happy Store. I'll show you when I get a little closer. But, here, it's not like the UK or anything. Like, you gotta be extremely cautious. Like, look at the road. Like, there is no, like, sidewalk or anything. So, you gotta be, like, really safe. But I'm gonna go buy a case for my iPhone. So All right, great success. Got a new case. The other one was just falling apart. Like every time I would mount it on a tripod, like it would just rip my OtterBox to shreds. I know it's gonna rip this to shreds, but yo, for a newbie that does not speak like a single word of Italian, yo, the girl in there made it fucking work. So if you're ever in Italy and you're like in the middle of nowhere in Velletri, yo, come check out Happy Store. Happy Store, yo, legit. I know it's kind of backwards, but it's in Italy. It's in Velletri. Velletri is an hour away from Rome. So if you're ever here and you want like some cheap stuff, yo, Happy Store. Let's get it. I look mad oily, mad sweaty, but it's all good because, yo, it's Italy. It's the place where magic happens. Unless you're a conspiracy theorist, then it's a little different. So it's just whatever side you kind of want to take. But let me flip the camera around. I'm going to just stop this clip, start a new one, and you'll see my kind of like walk back to my auntie's house. So please hold. So this castle right here that I'm pointed at, this was more of a generational wealth that was passed on within the family. So apparently my auntie was just explaining that a guy owned this property and he passed away and passed it down within the family. So you can do viewings, you just have to book it. Once you book it, you'll get a tour around of the castle and the nature and flowers and whatever they have on the land. And they specialize in like farming and flowers from what she was telling me. So you'll be able to learn about the garden and everything on the piece of land that they own. So you have to book this in advance when you do come to Velletri and you're in Italy and you book this tour. Just make sure you'll pass it. Just go the opposite way from the main city that you're going to. I just found out about it today, so I won't be able to book the tour, but like, darn, this is beautiful. So my auntie, she brought me to this this castle, and in the previous clip that I took, it belonged to a pope. So I ended up getting a little bit more information. So the castle and church that I'm at is belonged to a pope, and it's Castillo Siente. I'm definitely pronouncing this like brutal. I'm butchering their word. So it's Siermonente, bite-sized of history, and the location is medieval times of a hill town of southern Rome, and it is strategic location between Rome and Naples, so in Velletri. So the origins of it, which is so interesting. So it was built in the early 13th century, by the Baldi family. So he was a pope, right? So the fortress of the castle was built in the early 13th century by them. The fortress with the walls are over 3 meters thick, which is crazy. It was mainly designed for military purposes, so, which is like interesting, right? Like during the Roman era. And then in 1499, Pope Alexander VI excommunicated the castle where it's located in Cayente. I'm definitely not pronouncing the word properly. And then the family, before it got excommunicated, the family expanded and forfeited the castle. So it added 5 concrete walls, drawbridges, military powers, and then that's when it got excommunicated in 1499, which is crazy. And then after, the castle was given to his kids, and Borgia, the architect Antonio da Sangallo added new defenses like the Citadel and Casa del Cardinal. And then the return of the Ciente family in 1504. So Pope Julius II restored the family's rightful rule, as you can see. And then in 1536, Emperor Charles V stayed in the castle, right? And under the Antorato III, within that same family, the castle saw its Renaissance glory days, a center of culture and military right. Because during the Roman Empire, right, like they're very military powered, right? And then in 1798, Napoleon's troops sacked the castle. And then speeding up a couple years later, in the 1800s, they began to restoring it back to what it used to be, to keep the natural history. And then World War II hits, and it was used as a refuge for the Cayente family and locals fleeing Allied bombings. And then speeding it up to modern era, in 1977, they created a Referdo Ciente Foundation to preserve it. So to preserve what they did, and like look at like this piece of history, right? Like the cobblestone road, the castle, right? The church, right? So they put a lot of work into this, right? I'm gonna kind of like scroll back so you guys can kind of like see everything and see what I'm seeing. And then today it's open to the public, and visitors can explore the towers, the halls, and epic views, right? So honestly, there's a lot of history here in Italy, right? Like not just Rome, but it's so fascinating, right? So let's go check out some views.
They didn't catch him. They saw him, but when the Arab they
It's
didn't
gone,
catch him,
yeah.
it's gone. So they insisted. His fortune, a lady who's living in that place which we are having the apartment,
Yeah.
she testified that
He was
doesn't. No, he was not.
lucky guy, man.
But you could hear. I know we went outside.
So what I'm zoomed in on, that castle just over there, was owned by the same family as I was butchering the name. The same Pope was the one that the castle prior to this is what he owned. And then with all the wars and colonization and just kind of going back and forth, trying to restore the family name, which they did, and preserve the land, is the preservation of this historic castle, as you can see from the last couple clips, right? And then check out this architecture, man. It's amazing. And then look at the view. And then, you know, got my own tour guide and bodyguard. But this is so beautiful. So Italy's story is basically the world's largest and longest soap opera. And it's fabulous because it starts with the mystery of Italy's story is basically the world's longest soap opera. It's fabulous because it starts with the mystery of the Etruscans. Sorry, I butchered the word, but Etruscans and stylish ancient Greeks, them Bam, the Roman Empire. It conquers half the planet, and invents roads, plumbing, and arguably ego. After Rome crashes, harder than your Wi-Fi during a Netflix binge, Italy becomes chaotic and a mix of city-states like Venice, Florence, Milan, basically rival Renaissance. Influencers competing in art, science, real dramatic outfits. Fast forward, Italy finally unites in 1861 and survives 2 world wars, switches governments like outfits, and still finds the time to bless us with pasta, fashion, Ferraris, and the iconic hand gesture. You know, Fangolo. But this is Italy. Historic, chaotic, and always bella figura. But, you know, you also, when I go into Rome, you'll see the Vatican City. And it's so interesting because the Vatican City, in 96 years, they haven't procreated in 96 years. That's crazy. So everywhere else procreates and has family, has children. But since the holy city of the Vatican City, you know, normally priesthood, Pope, X, Y, and Z, you don't normally tend to start a family. So in 96 years, that's crazy. So stay tuned when I go to Rome and Velletri, main cities. I'll show you guys like parts and explanation. So this is a well that the monastery used to use to gather water for the church. And super cool, as you guys can see, there's still some water in there. But it's very interesting during the 1800s that, you know, the people that used to live here had to use this well to ensure that they needed to gather their essentials and water and day-to-day stuff. So it's interesting walking around this monastery slash church with so much history over the last like couple hundred years, right? So very interesting. It's a Christian bank, right?
Yeah.
Praise Jesus. You already know. Just amazed by the history and amazed by the architecture. I just don't want to be loud and disrespectful in the house of the Lord and people that are praying. So whenever you're in church and you are gathering information, please be respectful of where you are. Just making a note of that. But just the architecture and the beauty of what we have in Italy. So it's amazing to just see the beauty of what was given from our ancestors from over 100 years ago.
Principal monument of Berlin.
Oh, here, this one.
This one.
A brown
sheet, but
Yeah.
You hear
the
what he
only
said?
one.
This is the monument of Velletri.
The church, right?
No, this.
So apparently this is the monument of Gladiator. I don't even understand what it says on the tower, but it's like the CN Tower, like their main square monument. So I'm in the main city square of Gladiator. I'll just post I took a picture of it, but I'll post what we just ate. It was just like a bunch of pizza, vegetables, super authentic, super just lovely. Just the heart of Italy is amazing, especially where I am. Gladiator is such a lovely little like city. I'm just gonna turn my camera. So this is the little like city square we're in. It's almost like downtown, but just more nicer. And then behind me is just from where we came from. And then it's almost like old Quebec City, but just much more nicer. And so we're just kind of touring around Gladiator. And so this is where you come do all your shopping and get whatever you need. The tourists are so nice, aside from the people. And so like my money was like kind of sticking out, and this lovely lady she's like, yo, tuck it away. So good luck. Fam's right down the street, so I'm about to go meet them up, and tour a little bit more around Gladiator. And then we're most likely going to go do Rome. And then in between like vlogging, I'll be kind of just touring around and taking pics and, but honestly, like Italia is just, if I had the money, I would move here. It's just the taxes are pretty much like Canada. So like we pay federal and provincial, they pay municipal and federal. So they pay about 60%, which is a lot. We pay about the same. And then, yeah, so we're about to jump in the car and go tour around. I think we're going to Rome. So hey guys, so as you're just about to hop on, please be careful because this will be to your death. But during summer days, if you can see off to the distance, just over there where the castles are, is where all the Pope and all the workers go to enjoy their summer days. And the area is volcanic. So years ago, there was a volcano and it's still active. It's an active area, but it hasn't erupted in over 50 years. So if you ever come here, come check it out. Hit the beach, because down there where the people are enjoying themselves is block sand. So sure, everyone knows how volcano meets water, but this is a very, very great part of the city, and it's just outside of Gladiator. So Borchetta this is the place Borchetta was made, and now it's just all over the world. So what up? Is my cousin's friend. She's super cool. And honestly, if you ever come here, Italian, are the loveliest people ever. Just be careful, because now, when you are traveling in Europe or no matter where, just make sure you have your bag in front of you and you're safe. And then you're always keeping your eye on your stuff. So always be careful. But back to what I was saying. Borchetta was made just so we just arrived in Rome, and we're in the heart of the city. So we're about to go to a festival. I know I'm not in the video, but I kind of just want to show you guys what's up. You'll see me in a second. But we're in the heart of Rome now. There's a festival happening today that we're going to, and man, like it's like way better than going to like downtown Toronto, downtown Chicago. We just passed this like little like graffiti alley place, it was dope because if you play GTA, especially number 5 or San Andreas, they had like the loading screen of Grand Theft Auto. Yo, it was super fucking cool. I wish I was able to show you guys, but we passed it kind of quick. But here's some graffiti. It's all right. It's not the greatest, but man, like it's so fucking cool. Like look at the houses, like in the apartments, like oh man. If everyone knows what Fiat is, we all know Italy started it. But yeah, this is gentleman in the middle of my cousin, and then his 2 friends and amigos, and my brother. Just one piece of advice. So walk on the sidewalk, which I'm going to right now. Never walk on the street, especially where I was, like early on in the video. Jesus Christ, like the sidewalk, like it's like I'm gonna die out here. So here it's like, because there's no like sidewalks, right? So like you're kind of forced to walk on the road, but here, like it's a little different. Like you got sidewalks and whatnot, so you can definitely like be a little safer. But there's a lot of like restaurants, like homes and whatnot. So yeah, like this is exciting. And then if you want to say beautiful to someone, it's bella, ciao bella, or bellissimo. And honestly, everyone says hello here. Like no one's shy, so everyone's like super friendly. But I'm gonna go meet up the fam, and we're gonna go tour around and see a little bit more of Rome. So I'm just gonna do more point of view stuff since we're in the city of Rome. And like what I was saying the other day when we were at that church, 96 years and no one had a child in Rome, since it's like a very like religious city with the Catholic religion. And like all the history of Rome, right? Like the Roman Empire, what they did, they built toilets and the toilet system. So Italy has a lot of great history, and if it wasn't for Italy, we wouldn't have toilets. So we got to give a big thanks to them, right? So, but let's tour around a little bit more and see what's up. We're going to the festival right now, so we're going to be able to enjoy ourselves. I'll take a few clips, see, so you guys can see what's going on. So, if you drive a bike or a moped, lane splitting is illegal, but people just don't care here, so they're just gonna lane split with their bikes, and it's like Prager, so you got to really be careful when you're crossing the street. So
Yeah, bro. It's not. If you're not smart person, it will ruin you because the money comes too easy. Sometimes, sometimes you make a lot of money from nothing.
The car is not the important. The worker is the clean
more
in the street.
important.
Yeah. In this
Okay.
part, you cannot do it everyone. If I want to walk,
They are with you.
yeah, no, my room too. But in this street, in this part, in this event today, if I was drunk and I want to walk in the middle,
You
you
can't.
need to wait.
Yeah,
you need to
you
wait
will
me.
wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, because it's the day of the worker.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the festival, the Day of the Workers.
Shalom.
Come on, come on. It's in the place, yeah.
Bro, you're gonna
Yeah.
record the whole time or you're gonna enjoy
No, I'm gonna do both. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm gonna do
I'm gonna
both.
hold this for you?
No, it's
Sorry
okay.
for the.
No, sorry. Oh, bro, I can understand now.
This is amazing, bro. But this is only the garden. It's not. We are outside now.
It's not even inside yet.
No, yeah.
So it's like how
I will be shutting this off at some point, so I'm able to enjoy the festival with everyone. Just want you guys to catch a little bit of the festival we're going to.
I like the type of music. I don't care. I like a good techno.
Yeah.
I like. I look hip hop. context, I can enjoy everything. Because yeah, it doesn't matter. Because if you have good people, good situation, that's
And,
it.
yeah.
Good life. I told you before. Good life. Everything is good. Good life. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't like a car
Good friend.
or the way the closet when you stay in the closet room. The people are
The club?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Because it's not bullshit. You're there to make show for other people.
There you see my life. What I
Yes,
like.
yes, what you
This
like.
is what
Yeah.
I really like.
So if you caught the conversation, we're going to be experiencing what he gets to experience on a daily basis, which is awesome. So we get to, we still do the tourist stuff, but we're still able to do like the local, whatever the locals do, right? So it's like we're getting the best of both worlds.
Thank you so much for bringing us here.
I already I went on the correct way. They need to see your life.
You already know everyone's kind of getting the party started today. You already know.
For you to see your life. But this
I told Ayman, I'm like, well, I can't take you.
So we're literally just about to enter the festival. The Day of the Workers. I think it's just because of the Catholic Church.
You know?
Yeah, now you know me.
No,
We talked about that last year because we meet people.
Ciao, ciao. You see how friendly people are, man? People are so nice in Italy. You can literally just go say hello and have a nice conversation. You can't do this in Canada. Like people, I find people in Italy have so much respect and honor. And it's just nice because you're not in Canada and you're not, like, you can't go up to someone and be like, hello, like, can I have dinner with you tonight? Like, no, like, they're just gonna look at you crazy. Here in Italy, man, people are so lovely. I remember last time I visited, I always tell people this, like, I got invited to a Nona's house, she fed me, and then bon appetit, done.
If you see anything you want, I have packages.
Okay.
Just give it to me later. I'll buy it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Souvenirs, whatever.
Yeah, we have lots of time to chat.
And if you want a little break from carrying this, you just tell them, I want you to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I'm enjoying, I'm videoing, you know, we get
I'm
to
gonna hold
experience.
this
No,
for a bit.
you're okay.
I can hold it.
No, you're solid. No, it's okay. It's okay. Because I'm gonna switch up soon.
Next time around,
Yeah.
I give you my backpack so you can actually put this in the backpack.
Yeah. No, I'm scared
this
because
is-
I'm worried like it might get broken or something. You know.
Again, if you want a little break,
Yeah.
I hold this and give you a
Okay. Thank you. You already know, guys. Free Palestine, baby.
So today,
It's Day of the Workers. Yeah. Yeah. I said that already. I heard you. So if you got. So if you guys know the war that's going on between Palestine and Israel, I stand by Palestine, so I'm probably going to get banned for this, but I support Palestine all the way. So this is the Day of the Workers, as I was saying, and the Italians get to enjoy themselves because it's a festival today. So everyone has today off, so they're able just to enjoy themselves, have a good time, you know, socialize, see what's up, what's going on, party, meet new peeps, you know, great experiences. So, you know, oh man, I wish we had that here.
you have to stick to this.
Okay. So, all right, I'm about to stop this video because we're gonna pay for the entrance. So I'll see you guys when I get inside. So since this is the Day of the Workers, this is the entrance. So obviously, it's like over to left and right, and you're gonna have to pay fee and then get in. But honestly, they're in support of Palestine. It's not for genocide. So big ups to the who representing the stop the genocide. But it's gonna get a little loud. So I'm just gonna kind of stop talking for a second.
You're in the place.
But this is like such an amazing entrance to go to a festival. You either just go straight through or wherever these people are going into the downstairs.
No, like zero.
Beginning. What's downstairs? can already hear the music. Let's get it bumping, baby. Where are you buying your Ah, see. I'm not gonna record for very long, but yo, you already know.
This guy, we're gonna lose him. Yeah, for sure. If you lose, see him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, the day of the festival for the workers, we're here, and we're about to get the party started. It's probably gonna record for like maybe a minute or so longer, and then I'm probably gonna go enjoy myself. This song. So since this is the day of the workers, this is the entrance. So obviously it's like more or less you're gonna have to pay fee and then get in. But honestly, they're in support of Palestine. It's not genocide. So yo, big ups to the who represents creating the stop genocide. But it's gonna get a little loud. So I'm just gonna kind of stop talking for a second. But this is like such an amazing entrance to go to a festival. You either just go straight through or wherever these people are going into the downstairs.
No, like zero.
Beginning. What's downstairs? You guys can already hear the music. Let's get it bumping, baby. Where are you buying your Ah, see. I'm not gonna record for very long, but yo, you already know.
This guy, we're gonna lose him. Yeah, for sure. If you lose, see him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, the day of the festival for the workers, we're here, and we're about to get the party started. It's probably gonna record for like maybe a minute or so longer, and then I'm probably gonna go enjoy myself. This song. So you're not gonna hear me that much. I hope my voice is kind of good because it's super loud. But yo, check out this part of the cave or tunnel. Super fucking cool with all the graffiti and shit. So I'm moving a little too quickly. Electric Island is, and or some sort of festival wherever, like Lisbon, Portugal, so on and so forth. It's pretty much very exactly all across the board. You know, everyone's here, you're on drugs, cocaine, Molly, weed, you name it. You're either drinking or you're on drugs or doing both. But it's like pretty much like Electric Island if you've ever been to the Toronto Island. It's pretty much like that. It's just a huge festival. Yo, we're all chilling, we're all having a good time, we're all like vibing with each other. You know, I had my camera out, met some like super nice people, like very interactive. You can never go wrong in Italy, ever. I feel like I'm at home. And if it was easier to integrate here and live here and it wasn't that expensive with privilege or their municipal and federal taxes, I would have been here a long time ago. I would have got married here and I would have been like, I'm retiring in Italy for good. But, you know, with inflation and everything kind of hiking up, you know, it's not so worth it. I'd rather do Latin America because it's cheaper. It's almost like Italy, you know, still good vibes, positive energy. You can't go wrong, but it's cheaper living, right? So, but like, I know my camera skills need some improving, but, like Italy should be on everyone's bucket list. Come here. And just out of recommendation, when you bring personal belongings that are important to you, right? This isn't very important. Sorry, this is very important. When you have personal belongings, you want to keep like a satchel in front of you, right? You put it frontwards, like on your chest, right? Because you never know when there's pickpocketers or anything. You can tell I'm already sweating, but like pickpocketers, you know, you might get robbed. So be very cautious and hold for your things with your life, right? Because no one wants to experience an important loss. Secondly, when you come into a country, learn the laws, like learn what's going on, like, you know, like if they have a tipping culture, you know, like what they roll with, right? So you want to learn some stuff about the country before you go, the history, whatever the case may be. And then when you go to a country, be respectful. Don't ever disrespect the locals. Never disrespect people here, you know, because you're in a new country and you don't know what's going on. No matter who you travel, right? Always be careful. And then when you're here, go enjoy yourself. Always spread positive energy because that energy will come back. You know, you give what you receive. So, you know, but make sure Italy's on your hit list because Italy, there's so much to do. You can go up north, you can go watch football games, you can go to Sicily, you can enjoy the food, right? So, So now I'm just gonna kind of go back and enjoy myself, and then when we kind of go tour around, I'm gonna start our next clip, and you'll see what's going on in Roma, like touring around. I'm excited, but.